Hola amigos, ¿qué tal? Stuart here from Spain Speaks. With the Spain News Update, we'll have a look at some of the main stories that have caught my attention in the press in Spain, and we'll also take a look at some comments that have been left on the channel recently by viewers. Before I begin, a huge thanks to all of the people that have supported the channel in recent times, whether it's by buying me a coffee through the Super Thanks option on YouTube, longer-term supporters on Patreon, or the channel members of this YouTube channel. Thank you very much for that support. Now, straight into the news, and the Seville City Council has come up with an innovative way to deal with illegal tourist apartments in that city. And as we can see here, the Seville City Council plans to cut off water to more than 5,000 illegal tourist apartments. In the fight against illegal tourist apartments, the Seville City Council plans to take measures as drastic as cutting off their water supply. The Association of Tourist Accommodations doubts the legality of the action, while residents urge the City Council to quickly identify unlicensed rentals. After an inspection by the tourist police confirms that the property is not a residence but an unregulated business, Emacesa is contacted and the water cut-off protocol is initiated, stated Juan de la Rosa, the urban planning delegate of the Seville City Council, to TVE. In the Andalusian capital, there are more than 9,000 registered tourist apartments. However, there are another 5,000 that do not comply with regulations or lack a license altogether. Additionally, areas such as the historic centre of cities like Seville, where 1 in 4 homes is used for tourism, or Cádiz, are particularly overcrowded. So there we go, the city of Seville, the Andalusian capital, coming up with a controversial way, according to some, to deal with illegal tourist flats. They're going to cut off the water supply. But as we saw in that article, according to some associations, the measure might not be legal. Second piece of news now, and anybody who's taken a dip in the Mediterranean Sea in recent times might have noticed that the water is quite warm. And as we can see from this headline, the Mediterranean Sea is boiling, a historic record temperature surpassing that of the Caribbean. The Mediterranean Sea has reached a historic record for average temperature, registering 28.15 degrees Celsius on the 10th of August, according to data from the Mediterranean Environmental Study Centre, the CEAM. This phenomenon is not limited to a specific point or time of day, but covers the entire surface waters. These are alarming figures, as 18 of the 20 highest daily values since 1982 have been recorded in the last 2 years, with the other 2 occurring in 2018. Meteorologist Juan Jesus González Alemán from AEMET highlighted on the social network X that more than 90% of the Mediterranean surface area is experiencing extreme warm temperatures for this time of year. The marine buoy at Dragonera, located west of Mallorca, also broke historical records, reaching 31.87 degrees Celsius, surpassing the previous record of 31.36 degrees Celsius set 2 years ago. So the Mediterranean Sea boiling according to those experts, and record temperatures being recorded. So forget about taking a bath if you're living close to the Med, just jump in the sea. And the final piece of news today, an international pop star, Katy Perry, might be in strife because she's under investigation for her Balearic video. The Balearic government's Department of the Environment has opened up an investigation to determine whether the filming of US singer Katy Perry's latest video clip has had an environmental impact on the protected dunes of the islet Ses Palmador, which forms part of the Ses Salines Natural Park on Ibiza and Formentera. The American star filmed her latest video clip, Lifetimes, on the islands of Ibiza and Formentera, with scenes in which she appears dancing and jumping in different locations, including urban areas, a busy nightclub, and natural spots such as the interior of the dune system of Ses Palmador, within the area protected by poles and ropes indicating that passage is prohibited, where her entire film crew is also said to have been. So there we go, Katy Perry under investigation for filming her latest video clip on protected dunes in the Balearic Islands. So I don't know whether her crew knew that that area was protected and didn't give a shit, or they were ignorant of the environmental status of that area. I'm not a betting man, but I reckon it was the latter. What about you? Let me know in the comment section below. And if we have a look at an aerial picture of the island of Formentera, what a beautiful part of the world it is. Now let's have a look at some comments that have been left on the channel recently by viewers. One here from Gold Geologist: the mole and the police, do you think? LOL, I would say more than a mole, accomplices. Yeah, Gold Geologist, thanks for the comment, and obviously referring to Spain's #1 fugitive, Carles Puigdemont, who spent a couple of nights in Barcelona last week, and people are still scratching their heads wondering why he wasn't arrested. We saw in yesterday's live stream that apparently there's a mole in the Catalan police force that helped Mr. Puigdemont get away with it. But personally, I think the story is a whole lot deeper than that, and this is just the smokescreen that's being put out there by somebody, not mentioning any names, but I reckon it's coming from the centre of Spain, Madrid, the capital. But again, that's just my opinion, and I doubt if we'll ever know the truth. One here from Stephen. Stuart, there are thousands of climate scientists and professors. It seems that you limit your study to only left-wing experts. Yes, Stephen, thanks for the comment and thanks for your opinion, but I don't think that I limit my opinions to only one side of politics. And when it comes to some things, for example, the environment that we all depend on, I don't think that it should be a left and right argument, but again, just my opinion. Some politicians love to make things like this an ideological debate, but I reckon it needs to be above it, and that goes for a lot of other things too that are not black and white issues. One here from Diego. I'm no expert, but sea levels are rising due to ice melting and warmer waters, not utterly catastrophic yet. Warmer water expands more than cooler water, no brainer, dilatation at work, and occupies more volume, a non-negligible effect at all due to the huge mass of ocean surface. What causes all this warming, natural or anthropogenic, I have no idea, but data is out there for fact-checking. Yeah, Diego, thanks for the comment and thanks for your 20 cents worth on this topic of rising sea levels. And as you said, you're not an expert, and I imagine that the majority of people that have commented on this topic on this channel in recent times are not experts either. But as we know, lots of people in recent times have become pseudo-climate experts, pseudo-virologists, and they like to think that they're experts on any topic that happens to be trending. One here from Larry. €8 for a caña, even in Ibiza, is a total ripoff. Yeah, Larry, thanks for the comment, and you're right. €8 for a caña at any bar in Spain is an absolute ripoff, especially if the beer's warm, which was the case according to the person that left the original comment. An absolute disgrace. One here from Jose Antonio. It's the season of the best sardines, and you're on a Portuguese coast. No digo nah, pero lo digo todo. Yeah, Jose Antonio, thanks for the comment, and obviously critical of the fact that I ate a toasted sandwich the other day when you think that I should have been eating sardines. And here's an expression that you can write down in your English learning book. Variety is the spice of life. And here's another one. Man cannot live on sardines alone. Y con eso te lo digo todo. One here from Talibor Murray. I will be visiting Barcelona in September. Should tourists be wary of the locals? I always dreamt to visit, but I'm worried about being harassed. I'm not afraid, but I'm nervous about being targeted. Yeah, Tali, thanks for the comment, and the simple answer to your question there is no, you should not be wary of the locals. Enjoy your holiday in that city, but take care, because street crime can be a problem, and don't go into any of the bad areas of the city. That would be my advice. One here from Stephen. Hi Stu, while out shopping here in Torrevieja, I was surprised to see the Beer Madrid on sale in Carrefour. I think that it's brewed in the UK and made to look as though it's a Spanish beer. Seems they're trying their luck to market it over here. Yes, Stephen, thanks for the comment, and the UK brewed Beer Madrid again popping up on the channel. There's been lots of discussion about this beer in recent times because, as we know, it's a very popular beer in the UK. Lots of people think that it's a Spanish beer, but the fact is that it's not. It's a British beer, a very popular beer nowadays in the UK, as we know, and lots of people have been fooled into thinking that it's a Spanish beer when in fact it's brewed in the United Kingdom. And I think the company that makes that beer has the philosophy that if we can get away with it here in the UK, we should be able to get away with it in Spain too, because it looks Spanish and tastes like a Spanish lager. And the final comment here from Patrick. When someone buys you a coffee, Stuart, what's your preferred coffee? How do you like it? Milk, sugar, largo, corto? My coffee changes depending on the time of day. Yeah, Patrick, thanks for the comment and good question. And while we're on the topic of coffee, a big thanks to everyone who has bought me a coffee in recent times. And to answer the question, well, like you, it depends on the time of day. In the morning, my first cup of coffee for the day, I like a large cup of coffee, maybe a cappuccino or something like that. My milk of choice or liquid of choice, because they're not really milks, is either almond, oat or soy, not because of any dietary reasons, but because of the fact that I like the taste of those liquids. And then further on in the day, around 10:30, 11 a.m., I prefer a smaller coffee, what they call here in Portugal café pingado, or in Spain café cortado. And normally after the second coffee of the day, I'm done. And another thing I forgot to mention is that I don't take sugar. On that note, I'm going to wrap the video up. Questions and comments, please leave them in the section below. If you have anything to add to the conversation today, please, the comment section is the place for you. Give the video a thumbs up if you liked it, thumbs down if you didn't. I'll see you in the next one. Hasta luego.